If you had a gun to your head, or someone put a gun to the person you love the most in this world and told you you have 30 days to come up with a sum of money you could only dream of, could you do it? That was the question that changed my life forever. My name is Sam Atetwa. I'm a marketing consultant, but most importantly, an alchemist. I was born in Harare, Zimbabwe for the first few years of my life and moved to the UK around the age of 5. Raised by a single mother who experienced war and civil unrest, my childhood wasn't as normal as my friends growing up, but much better than my mother's. Growing up, I saw her work multiple jobs, at times sleep on the street, and we slept in our dorm room when she was at university. Once she saved up enough money, she rented a room in a place that had no hot running water, and the landlord's son would abuse me on a consistent basis. A lot of people experience worse, but that was my hell. As her career developed, we started renting our own place. One thing went through my mind looking at all my friends that would go on holidays and seem to have great families. Money. In my teens, I always felt left behind. I couldn't ever ask for shoes and clothes, as at times it became difficult for my mother to even feed me. I started getting in a position to do things I wasn't pleased of, caught up with the wrong people. Most of the people I looked up to have now died or are locked up. Needing a way to escape and a way to express myself, I started rapping about my life and experiences, in which I still love doing now. See, being delusional protects you from the reality of life. I always thought by the age of 22, 23 or 24 that my life would be great, as long as I worked hard, but that's not how life works at all. When you're used to living at a bare minimum, it becomes your normal. But realistically, you're only one bad disaster from being on the street. I had tried to accomplish a lot: a clothing label, a video company, a music career, YouTube channels. Fast forward to 2018, possibly my awakening, the best and worst time of my life. I graduated university being told that's what you should do. That's how you become someone in life. But everyone telling me these things haven't achieved success. As I left, I couldn't find any well-paying jobs. My friend Leo and I found ourselves in pretty much the same position. We either had to work for pretty much nothing or find any job. We swallowed our pride and began applying for anything: cleaning jobs, warehouse work, anything that could help us make money. I realized just how brutal the world is and how badly you're treated when applying for low-paying jobs. After a long search, willing to travel hours away from home, I was accepted by Amazon. Nearly a 3-hour commute from my house and an expensive journey. Hired in picking and packing. Leo found a job in living care after months of rejection. In his living care place, he was repeatedly punched and mistreated.
This is me.
Okay.
And I didn't have anything to do with this.
Alright, I'll do that.
So do it now.
Okay.
Do it now. I mean, do it now.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Do it now.
This abuse became so much that he had to go back home. His home being a cramped, shared living, small room in an old and rusty house. Leo would always tell me of how uncomfortable he felt in his room with the sounds of rats moving in his walls, as he wanted to sleep, keeping him awake at night. Rats coming into his room to eat his clothes and bags. He could never stay home for long, as he needed to pay rent. The landlord would apply pressure on his payments, but would rarely help or fix the problems around the house. Living broke is a vicious cycle and actually costs a lot more money than having money. When you're at that level, you can only afford the worst places, with the worst manipulating landlords, and you can only eat at the worst places, as you'll have nothing left, making it impossible to escape your situation. In this situation, Leo had to quickly find another job, in which he was also abused. His new client had previously sexually assaulted a worker that left. Leo had been threatened to be kicked out at any moment by the client's family, making him extremely uneasy and anxious about losing his job.
Yes, Mr. What now, Mr.
The electric one. You could save 20% without.
What are you doing?
It's the cheapest way to get annual cover.
Why don't you get me long dress?
The UK.
Mr. I'm gonna get you the long dress. I'm going upstairs. I'm preparing the medication, so I just take it in one go. So I don't go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Up and down, up and do it again.
No, okay, Mr. I'll give you your long dress. Please, be patient with me, okay? Please.
Be patient.
I treat you nice, Mr. I gave you food, I gave you ice cream, I gave you your cover. Why can't you just give me just patience? That's what I'm asking you, Mr.
Listen to me.
Oh, my friend. Oh, go on.
Listen to me.
Yes.
You are sacked.
I'm sacked now.
Get out of this house
You want me to get out?
right now.
Impossible.
Get me long dress.
I'll get you a long dress, Mr. Alright? I'll get you a long dress. But I'm not sacked. But okay, I'll get you a long dress. Just be patient, Mr. That's all I'm asking.
Be patient, but why can't I? Why do I have to wait?
Mr. Because I'm doing other things for you. I'm also preparing your medication. After
Listen,
your
while you
medication.
are standing here to argue with me, you could have gone upstairs.
But you're the one who called me, Mr. Okay, I'll go now. Alright?
Go now.
I'll go now. Mr. Please don't shout at me, okay? Let's have respect for each other.
Go now.
I'm not shouting at you, don't shout at me, okay? Let's respect each other. Alright? I'll go now, Mr.
Without an explanation, Leo was let go and told to leave by morning of the next day. This is why I've usually disagreed with settling for a job. When you leave a job, you have to give 2 weeks notice in general, but when you're fired from your job, there is no notice. The power is completely in your employer's hand. After experiencing all of this, I swore that one day we would never be in a position of no control ever again. See, I've seen all the videos, read the books, listened to all the podcasts telling me about wealth, telling me to take action, and I was tricking myself into thinking I was actually doing it or just planning it. Subscribed to Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and Dan Pena and everyone, but just not doing enough. I made all the excuses why it's hard to do anything. Then Dan said, if someone kidnapped your loved one and put a gun to their head, what would you be able to achieve? Probably more than you are now. In 2019, I planned out everything I wanted to do. I took the steps and I started. I made quite a lot of mistakes presenting what I do, how I do it, how I can help, making and losing a lot of money in the process. I made Leo my performance coach. I asked him to keep me motivated, performing well and ready to go. My first mistake was creating a course and thinking I know what people wanted, almost copying what I see, and lost a lot in marketing spend. I then used all my skills, learned new skills, and found a way to connect it to a market need. Here's how it worked. At first, I started building websites. I started searching industries that needed their websites done. I thought about industries that need an online presence and would value a great website. I went into restaurants. Well, why restaurants? I figured that if they could pay a team of people, have a physical location, pay their rent and overheads, they'll have enough to pay for marketing. I then went on the first page of Google, found restaurants in what I thought were prime locations, going on the website, studying what makes a website great and how I can offer that service and let the owners know. At first, I picked up the phone and started dialing. Nearly everyone would reject me. I contacted about 100 before I gave up, with just a few wanting to speak with me. I then changed to dentists, then construction, then accountants, then plumbers. I asked my friend Leo to help me with the calls and we contacted hundreds.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, am I speaking to Kristen?
yeah, speaking.
Yeah, Kristen, you know, I was on your website. Yeah, I was on your website and I found out that your website is not even secure.
Good afternoon, Nitesh from DNS. How can I help?
Hey, you're right. My name's Sam.
From our management.
Sorry, sir, I can't hear you.
Sorry, is it who are you looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I just need to talk to him about some services personally.
Okay.
None of it worked well enough, and it seemed like so much effort for so little results. I was studying it all online, going into industries I was told would work, but it just didn't work for me. I tried various ways. I screen recorded the videos, I emailed, I called. We even went into the buildings to speak to the people one-on-one. Nothing. Back to the drawing board. Back to square one. I told my friend Leo to meet me at Costa, and we worked at this stuff like an actual job. We woke up at 7 a.m. in the morning, got ready and stayed at Costa from 8 till 5 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday, and we did the same on Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 4 p.m. Costa would let us use their Wi-Fi and electricity if we buy an item, so we'd buy a hot chocolate or coffee and just stay there for the rest of the day. I used up all the money I had just doing that, and I did this for two reasons. One, I needed an environment in which I can't be distracted in, and working from home with a big family can bring distractions. Two, I needed someone to hold me accountable for whenever I feel lazy, and at times when I would sleep, Leo would literally kick me from under the table to remind me to keep going and keep the momentum up. Plus, if you're losing money, you're a lot more focused on getting it back. And through all of this, one thing hit me. A potential client said to me,
It seems like you don't know much about restaurants, Sam.
No.
No disrespect to you.
Sam, you seem to know nothing about this, do you? At this point, it hit. It wasn't the industry or my knowledge on it, it was my passion. It was simply that I didn't care, so I couldn't relate. I thought about what I'm great at, what I'm passionate about, and how this connects to a marketing need, or a market need. And this wasn't so simple to decode, but I'll give you an example. If you're great at basketball and you're passionate about it, being a basketball player seems to be the obvious step, right? But it's the steps around it that could be your fit. You could teach people about basketball, you could teach people new moves and techniques, you could make equipment. There's hundreds of ways to do it. I found that my passion was in writing and breaking down the human mind. I then found that marketing, coaching, and consulting, those industries would usually be a perfect fit, as all my passion seems to overlap. With this, I went on Facebook, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn. I knew who I'm reaching out to and why. I connected that with my skills of editing, psychology, and social media, and started to help build an online presence. I also changed my approach. I took my introverted personality, my writing ability, and started emailing. It was quite slow at first, but days in, it started flooding. I was receiving more attention than I could have ever dreamed of. Giant billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar businesses ready to work with me. I had found my formula, my plan to make my first 20 or 30,000 pound months. The only thing was left to manage this correctly. Then, the coronavirus hit.
Today I'd like to provide an update to the American people on several decisive new actions we're taking in our very vigilant effort to combat and ultimately defeat the coronavirus.
The worst global crisis since World War II. That's the conclusion of the International Labour Organization on the impact of COVID-19 on the global workforce. The UN body estimates that some 1.25 billion workers are seeing their livelihoods threatened by the pandemic. Around 81% of the world's 3.3 billion workers are already affected by full or partial workplace closures. That's 4 in every 5.
2020, the setback. 2020 was an interesting year and a setback for the come up ahead. 2020 was a difficult year for a lot of people, including me. I lost nearly all of my motivation. I didn't feel like doing anything, even though it was the perfect time to reach out to businesses that would really need my services. I felt helpless. I felt like nothing could be done, so I chilled and caught up with TV shows and movies, wasting the days away, and it was good in the moment, but I ended up regretting it. I spent most of my days watching funny reruns of classic shows, watching pointless YouTube videos, stuffing my face with junk food, getting fat and sleeping. I was staying at my mum's house, so I didn't feel how bad 2020 actually got for a lot of people. A lot of people lost their jobs, were stuck in abusive relationships they couldn't escape. A lot of already isolated people felt even lonelier. So being fortunate enough to be around my family didn't make it feel too bad. But just like life does, all bad things can hit you at once. And on one night, our boiler started leaking water, and it leaked from the upstairs room into the light fixtures around the house. I quickly switched off all the lights around the house and called the fire department. And in total darkness, I waited with my family, and I thought to myself, if only I had the money, this wouldn't be a problem. I could move my family to a comfortable hotel or Airbnb without worrying about how much it would cost or whether or not we could even do it. As I sat in the darkness, I vowed to myself that I would never allow myself to be put in a position of no power again. The fire brigade helped to call our landlord and tell her that she will need to help us with a place to stay for the next few days until our water and electricity is sorted out. We spent the next few days at a hotel provided by the landlord, and all I could do was to be grateful and to think and think and think. And the thinking drove me insane. but my hunger grew more and more and more. And as I got back home, I didn't play around anymore. I didn't get lazy. I opened my laptop and I finally focused. Fast forward to 2021. 2021, the come up. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I grew a pair and I got to work. Unlike the Disney movies we'll see growing up, I realized that there's no one coming to save you from the situation you're in, and the only one that has your back 100% of the time is you. I went back hungry. I worked harder than I've ever done in my entire life. I was obsessed. I spoke money, I talked money, I watched money, I would go to sleep and dream about money. This went on for a whole year, and by the end of the year, I landed client after client after client. 2022, the victory lap. 2022 was the best year of my life so far. I transitioned from having nothing to having something. The richest I had felt, the happiest I had felt. In 2022, I called up Leo and we went apartment shopping. He helped me look for nice modern places I'll be happy to be in without spending too much money. And after looking at quite a few beautiful properties, found the one that's right for me. Yo,
Sam.
what's going on, man?
What's good, man?
How's it going?
It's your new property, right?
It's my new place, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me switch on the lights for you.
Talk
You
us
see?
through, yeah.
Hey, man, guys, we did it, man. We did it. It's crazy. Right now, as I'm standing, this is, you know, basically my brand new apartment. So I don't know, should I show them around or I don't even know.
Why not
what to
a little room tour?
A little bit. Listen, it's not done yet. I still haven't moved in completely. But Joe, if you wanna come in here.
Oh yes, of course.
It's not done, so you might just wanna look around or not. You know what I'm saying? This is like the bathroom, not finished yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Did you take the lead?
Yeah, we think this is the corridor, guys. This is a flipping mirror, so you know when you're changing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you're good before you go. Full length mirror right there. You know what I'm saying? In here, I'm not gonna open it, but we've gotta wash and dry. You know, we're inviting people over. You feel me?
During the night time?
But here is where, you know, all the clothes will be. I really like this because it's nice and spacious. You feel me? There's still stuff in there, but it's nice and spacious.
It's pretty tall. It's like
Oh, you could literally jump in here. You feel me?
I mean,
You can literally jump in here, have a little party,
a
everything.
little invasion. You're safe, innit?
You feel me? It's crazy. And yeah, I haven't put stuff generally, but look at this view, guys, man.
Literally, I can see France from here.
Fully done. It's not fully furnished. No handles, anything. It's sleek. It's cool. You know, you push to open the flipping doors. You know what I'm saying? Oh crap! How do I open it? It's on the other side.
It's a little tap. You know, we ain't used to it.
It's a little tap. So guys, man, I just wanted to say, because we're running out of time here, but this is like the end of the documentary. Like this is the very end.
Part 1, right?
Part 1. I mean, I don't know. You might see what Leo's staying in later on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in his own separate video.
Yeah.
Because we want to put this documentary out. But I just wanted to say, guys, you know, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have something to achieve, you can actually do it if you put your mind to it. Because just a few years ago, I didn't think me and Leo's behind the camera. You feel me? I didn't think Leo and I would be in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now, we have 2 separate apartments in 2 different complete like cities.
Locations.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy. And I can't wait for you to see Leo's, but
It's crazy.
It was hard work, it was grind, determination. What else do you?
And people think, you know, we're trying to brag. But it's
No,
not.
we're not trying to
bragging.
brag. I'm trying to show people that it's actually possible. Because you saw what I said in the beginning, like if you had the gun to your head, would you be able to accomplish it? And a lot of stuff put us in a situation where I had to just push. Leo had to push. And yeah, go ahead.
And sometimes I feel like it's practice what you preach. So we want to show you guys that, you know, what we preach.
What we preach.
We're doing it.
And listen, this is all done from flipping emails. Like emails, closing deals. Like this is how we got this place.
So can I ask you a question,
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah,
did you have to go anywhere to shut down deals? Did you have to walk,
No.
drive, fly?
No.
Did you, Sam, have to go to certain meetings?
Yeah. If you're talking about just emails or closing deals from emails,
Yeah.
I stayed at home, man. I
Stayed at home, right?
I stayed at home. I was in the comfort of my own home,
There you go.
doing what, you know what I'm saying, making my own schedule and stuff.
Do
like
you
that.
have to buy like a piece, like an expensive PC, Sam?
No, I didn't. In fact,
Yeah.
craziest thing. the deals I made over 10 grand my first few months, just you know, I can't say the client's name, but you know, it's a woman we work with and other people we've worked with.
Of course.
I did it from a 2012 MacBook that my dad gave to me.
That's a decade ago.
2012 MacBook, 2012 MacBook. It was slow. You were there when you were sitting beside me.
We had to open sometimes the MacBook.
Yeah.
With screws.
Yeah. And I told him, can you get me a screwdriver?
Exactly.
Because I didn't have enough money to even buy a flipping new MacBook. You know what I'm saying? So we had to open it. 2012 MacBook laptop. We did it there. That's the same MacBook we were using. Like we used to go Costa.
Exactly.
These guys don't know. We were in Costa literally every single day.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah. In 2020?
2020, end of 2019, sorry.
End of 2019 to 2020.
Yeah,
Well, it cost us every single day, Monday to Friday, sometimes Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
And that cost us probably I think we blew a lot of money just staying in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
But we were just so dedicated, focused, and we pushed through. And this is where we are now. Like we're making quite a bit of money per month, but we still want to get to the next level. Like now we're gunning for, I don't know, should we say the number we're trying to get?
Yeah, 150k.
We're trying to get to 150k
or
a month.
More,
you know
more.
what I'm saying? Or more.
Yeah.
We're trying to get to 150k a month, and when I'm in this place, man, it makes me feel like, yo, this thing is actually possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and this is the beginning, because we're looking to get, I told Leo, I want to get one in LA, an apartment in LA, in New York. He probably is going to get some, I don't know where, you know what I'm saying? He's already got one in Seoul, but we probably want to get one in, I don't know, Spain or Italy.
Japan or LA as well, New York.
LA,
I want to be close to this guy sometimes,
you feel me? Yeah. So we actually done it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Like, if that's all I got to say, man, this is, I guess, the end of part 1 of the documentary.
End of part 1, yeah.
We're going to have more documentaries. Leo's going to have a documentary soon, you know, or with the stuff he's working on. I'm not going to say what. Yeah. But he'll show you eventually. He'll show you.
No, definitely will, man.
When the thing blows up and stuff.
Yeah, definitely have to put it in the documentary.
Alright, guys, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
No worries.
Alright.
But see, Leo helped me when I asked him to, and he believed in me like my older brother Steve did, which I'll talk about later. And I believe that people that have your back without expecting something in return or expecting to always be rewarded should be. Even before my success, Leo wouldn't ask me for anything, but whenever I could, I would pay for his food and send him money, as he was in a really bad place in his life too.
Hey!
So I'll plug the thing, fam.
See that, fam? See that? Tore it. He's been biting it, brother. He's been biting it, brother. And you telling me you want a little sleep, fam? A little sleep, brother.
I knew Leo loved South Korea. He was a big South Korean rap/K-pop fan since high school, so I told him to leave the property he was living in, as I would get him a place in South Korea while he works on his childhood music dream.
I should have bought masks for you guys. I know you guys are suffering, you know what I mean? So, I used to die in this room. Yeah.
You did not live here.
Yeah, look all this stuff here. Look, I put all this stuff because you sometimes see the claws of the rats coming in and saying hello, hello. You guys say that.
Wait, they used to come through here?
Yeah, like you can see all these holes here, so you have to put, you know what I mean? And
this is where was the rat hole? Was it there?
Right there.
So did you see the video where the rat was poking out?
No, I didn't.
I
saw one when it was in the wall, like.
No,
knocking on the door.
There was a rat that was poking out his head. It was like that.
Oh, you didn't show me. You only showed me the one where it's scratching on the wall, and then Jose had to.
Maybe you forgot.
Someone.
Leo, why is it this on your bed?
You want to know why this is on my bed? You guys are ready for this one?
Yeah.
Because look at that.
What?
This is where I was sleeping. Yeah.
Wait, why? What's the bucket there?
Huh?
What's the bucket?
Oh, the bucket. If it wasn't there, I would have just fallen into the bed. So the bucket's there to support, man. You know what I'm saying? It was worse than that.
What?
Basically, it was a bucket and a heater.
Okay.
So I had, one of those heaters?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I bought one of those. So I used to use that for winter. For summertime,
Okay.
I just put it under the bed. Gave me some.
That's actually insane. I need to lift this up again.
Yeah, sorry, let me-
Oh wait, it's broken. Oh, that's why. Okay. Wait, where's the flag? What is it?
Listen, don't worry, man. It's my pet, bro. It's my pet, man. Don't worry. It's not gonna do anything.
Why are there so many pipes?
No, put it down. Put it down here. Put it down.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you lived in the mattress and fly just came out of there.
And there's mold in the corner.
Why is there that much mold in the corner? Oh crap! But the thing's broken, Leo.
The thing's broken. You get me?
It's
bro?
a two-way.
I had to put some sellotape here. You get me? Use your hands.
Yeah, I can
Hello. Oh, how hot is in this room? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? And it smells really.
Yeah.
So when you hear having your dinner, breakfast, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can literally hear someone trying to take a dump.
Right, and that's just crazy. You know, in the next room, you're eating and someone's like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm seeing a guy literally sleeping on the shower. Yo, what's going on in this, man? Hello, boss man. Boss. Hello, boss. Oh, it's glad, fam. Boss man, I need to use the toilet.
Yeah, didn't I showed you.
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy sleeping in the tub.
What would you do if you found a guy sleeping in the tub?
I would be shocked. I would just, my mouth would drop. I wouldn't understand what's going on.
I tried to wake him up.
I think I'll probably grab a stick and poke him before he wakes up.
Yeah, this is the madness where I was living, man.
Leo, this is insane.
Why is it wet on the carpet?
Oh, that's not really wet. The carpet just there.
Leo, can I open this?
Oh, it doesn't open. You could have tried it. But it doesn't open.
There's like a
This door does not open.
look, there's like a slight crack in the door and stuff.
Yeah, I found out.
Wait, Leo.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Water could come out of here because there's a gap here.
Ah, you just apply some tissues. You're good.
And if you see where he's going to be living now, it's like 5 million times better than this.
Yeah.
So let's say if you remove that silver thing, would rats just automatically come?
Yeah, they'll come in phones.
Yeah,
And say, hello.
I'll send you the video if you didn't know, but I'll send you the video. Now I know why this guy used to say to me all the time, we need to get out of our situation.
Yeah, no, this.
Now I see, because once I'm here,
Oh, Gavin, don't do that. It's gonna break. I was at work, so I came back from work, and I saw one of my clothes was bunched. So I contacted the landlord, and I'm like, hey, landlord, can you come and fix this? You know, this hole.
yeah.
You know what my landlord did to me?
He
Ignored me. I told him, hey, listen,
Yeah.
landlord,
Yeah.
if you don't come fix this hole the next day, you ain't getting your money. It's not. I don't think it's fair for anyone to live in these conditions, but it does happen.
Yeah.
If you don't work, man. I was basically messing around, wasting my life. You know what I mean? Doing nonsense. Look, guys, I wasn't even doing drugs, or I would literally just wasting my life instead of working, and I relied too much, on family.
Right.
And when you rely sometimes on family, I don't really, because sometimes in life you gotta be independent. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta save up, get your money right, because unless it's your mom and your dad, most of the time people don't own you anything, so they put you in places that
like this,
so
and
I was fortunate enough to have a friend like Sam, to help me out and get out of my situation. Otherwise, I don't think ability I would have done this alone. So.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. Hey, it was teamwork, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. But yeah, can you tell them the story? How did you end up here? Like, what happened? Because they won't believe it. Like, I don't know if I should say it on video. I might cut it out.
No, it's fine.
But you ended up here. Your family, bro.
Yeah,
the people you rely on.
Mm-hmm.
They put you here. But what? How? Why? You know what I'm saying?
I was staying with my aunts, right?
Yeah.
And most of my cousins, right? Because I never actually lived with my actual mama, right? She passed away when I was really young. But she's understandable. My aunts, they took me in.
Yeah.
And most of my cousins, they lived with their parents, with their actual mum, with their father, biological father, mother, their parents. And me, because I think I was like additional to the family.
Yeah.
So extra mouth to feed, extra problems. So what they said, listen, just get him a crib. I remember one of my auntie, right?
Yeah.
She saw the crib first. She came and she, you know, just analyzed the whole crib.
Right.
It wasn't for me first, it was for her son, right?
Mhm.
And she said, there's no way my son is staying here.
Whew, can you imagine that?
But
Yeah.
they're okay with me
Staying here.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a bit mad. It was a bit mad.
How did you feel in that moment, bro?
I felt, to be honest, man, like they don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you know, my therapy session, the guy, it will always be ability because we'd be on the phone call for hours and just talking about issues and problem. And one day he sat me down and said, "Yo, listen, you need to understand, man. They don't own you anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't own you anything. In their side, their point of view is like, yo, listen, we didn't really kick him out. We put him in a place. In a place.
Yeah.
We didn't put him in the streets.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, I would never, no matter how much these guys annoy me, bro. If they were in this situation, I wouldn't be comfortable putting them in this place.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even be comfortable putting you guys in this place. And you guys are not like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they could mess up, bro. But I'll be like, nah, I have to find you a better place. It could be a room, but it won't be this place.
Exactly.
No offense, obviously, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But,
like, I feel like, I don't know about, you know, you guys or your family, but I feel like my family failed me.
Yeah.
What they could have done, they said, hey, listen, guys, let's give him some extra month and let's, you know, all put in, you know, pay
some money,
like 100 or 50, or just pay for his deposit.
Yeah.
To find a better room.
A better room, yeah. It didn't even need to be a house or a flat. It could have just been your own room.
Yeah. Because it's difficult. It's difficult getting crib. And you see, the thing about our parents,
our culture.
It's like
they
still think how things used to work in early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was easy to get houses back then. They think like, why you guys are not getting a house? Like, my time was easy.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's more expensive now.
No, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You know what I mean?
So, bro, that's what, because I want to tell you the story. Because you see, these guys, man, they don't believe it. When I say, yo, you need to get to work, because I always tell my little sis, I know he wants to do stuff basketball. I was telling my little sis, yo, she doesn't understand. Like, I don't know. I think she thinks everything's going to be fine, everything's going to work out. Yeah. But by the time she gets to 18, if she does move up, she'll be in these places. Because we spent, like, just to get, like, our apartment, we're spending literally thousands. Over, like, months, we're going to spend thousands and thousands, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that you need a lot of money to make this stuff happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the best thing that you guys can do, not just to help your career, I mean, not to help Sam's career, but to help your guys' career, is literally support him. I'm not going to say, hey, listen, guys, don't go out, don't enjoy, because I believe it's good for your mental health, you know what I mean, right now.
Definitely.
Fresh air, you know what I'm saying? But compromising, you know what I mean? What works for you guys and what works for him. So, otherwise, how old are you guys? You guys are 14, 13? Damn. At that time, guys, man, I was ready, you know, like break dancing, I was doing big things, you know what I mean? And I ended up here, man. I'm sounding like one of those uncles. Yeah, I was ready doing big things, man. You know what I mean? Hey, look, even the ability's sweating right now. Let's get out of this room.
All of this stuff, you know? Like you would clean it, but the dust would accumulate. Crazy.
Man, I appreciate it. See you soon, very, very soon. Enjoy that.
It stinks in here.
You alright, sir?
I'm fine. Yeah, good.
You guys think is in this room? It's ready, yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's a closet, by the way. The shoes in it.
Closet. No.
Oh my god.
You, Leo.
No. Oh my god. What's that on top of the toilet?
You don't want to know. You don't want to. What the flip? So guys, right now, I'm in Leo's house. Yeah, come in.
What are you guys doing?
Sorry. Right now, I'm in Leo's house. You know, he's moving to South Korea, and stuff is getting a lot better for him. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to show you guys like what's actually possible. Like this whole thing, this whole video is not for you to feel sorry for me or Leo. That's not what this is about. I don't want your sympathy. We don't want your sympathy. We're just showing you what's possible for us. You know what I'm saying? When what's possible if you actually work hard for, you know, what you want. That's what this video is about.
Welcome.
come in, let's check the crib. I want to show you guys where I live, where I stay. You know, coming from Southall to Seoul, staying, you know, in Korea right now. So let me show you guys my shoe area, the shoe zone. That's where I keep all my shoes and stuff and everything. Hoover and everything, all that kind of stuff, supplies, home supplies. Let me show you the toilet first. Come through. All right, so part of the documentary, you guys remember where, you know, where I used to stay, right, in Southall, and the toilet was, let's be honest, it was literally a shit. I can, you know, put things here. I don't have to keep anything in my room, you know. So things are good right now. Things are good. I have, you know, my own shower. Don't have to share anything with anyone. So that's the good thing. I keep forgetting that we have a spot here where I keep some of my clothes, you know, some of my t-shirts, clothes, trousers, and everything. So yeah. All right. It's a bit of a mess right now because, you know, I'll be just getting ready and stuff to go out because I've got an appointment soon. I have to go home day, but come and check the kitchen. Remember, you know, you see rats running up and down, what you call it, birds. One day I saw a bird, I saw a pigeon literally. I'll open the door, right, I'll walk in and I saw a flipping pigeon, and the pigeon was like this, right? Turns around, looked at me, and I was like, this pigeon has the audacity to look at me up and down at my own crib. That's how you come on, you already know, like, if a pigeon is doing that, they know, why is a human here in this trash hole? I think Korea's doing a good job. You got your little mirror here, you know, you can check before leaving. Oh yeah, that's, you know, from the camera. Got the TV here. You got the living room space, which is pretty big, pretty huge. You know, before my room wouldn't even come, you know, comparison. Like, it wouldn't compare to this. You know, this is bigger than my room. This is the bedroom. One thing I don't like about the bedroom, which is it's pretty small. Look at this. Look at this. Look. I'm gonna stand up here and look at that. Look at that. Pretty small. If I want to get from here to there to the closet, right, I have to do this. Look, I have to do this. You get me? So, I don't know about this. Yeah. Apart from that, it's pretty much it. I just want to say, you know, end of the day, man, who's ever watching this video, keep grinding, keep going. You know, life is very precious, and you know, bad moments come and go. It doesn't last. You get me? So keep fighting, and stay positive, because even when I was in Southall living in a hole, every day I'll stay positive and hope for the best. And we're here, baby. We made it.
While I finally had the money to just live a little, I could actually take my siblings, nieces and nephews out to places and not worry too much about the money. We went bowling and crazy golf and did all these other activities that I've never done before. Because growing up, we never had any money to spare to just randomly go somewhere to have fun. So this was a big deal to me. Around the Christmas period, I decided to fly my little brother and sister to Paris and go to Disneyland. Another childhood dream of mine come true. Going to Disneyland and seeing the city of Paris.
Hey, we made it to Eiffel Tower. Crazy, we're in Paris. We're in Paris right now, enjoying it. Hey, let me see. I don't know if you can see. This is just one side of what I can see.
I can't even explain to you how it feels to, you know, 1 year not being able to buy a coffee at Costa, to another year flying to any country and probably the busiest time of the year, not worrying about the money and enjoying your life. It gives you a high like you would not believe. Fast forward to 2023, the year of greatness. Whatever happens from 2023 will shape the rest of my life. You see, each year can end in a victory lap, or I could fall off from here. But so far life is good. But I don't want to be content. I want to keep growing and reaching my potential. And I'm not a multimillionaire, but life is good. And all I can say is, whoever said money doesn't buy happiness probably doesn't know what to do with the money, because the memories you can create and the people that you can help makes getting the money all that more worthwhile. Leo now owns a record label called Playhouse Entertainment, where he has signed 3 Korean artists and he's flying them over to London later this year. I still own my marketing agency and I'm signing on more clients, although at times I have been a little lazy, but life is good. For 27 years of my life, I stayed in the same country I've been in since I've got here. But now I've been to France and I plan to fly to so many other countries in the next few months and years. If you're still watching this video till this point, I just want to tell you that you can do this all too. I'm not special, I'm not smart, I just had a dream and I put in the work. And I still have a long way to go too. I wish you guys all the best life has to offer, but all you have to do is take action. And if not now, when? And if not you, then who? Thank you.